Well, hi all. This is Mr. Lauer, a friendly media specialist, and I don't know about you, but I've been thinking a lot about elections and voting, and how I can't wait for all this to be over. It's over soon, I promise. But hey, in this week and leading up to the election on Tuesday, I thought I would share with you some resources we have here at Jefferson, some print resources that we can use when talking with kids about election and voting. Some of them designed more for information, but others designed for just getting that conversation started. So for this 5 and 5, it's election and voting. I actually have more than 5 books, but only 5 slides. See, I'm sticking to my rules, kinda. Okay, so first slide is 2 picture books you might consider using that we have in our library. One called Grace for President by Kelly DiPuccio, and pictures by Leun Pham. And this is a story of Grace, who hears that there has never been a female president, and so she decides in the mock election at school to run for president. She learns a lot about the election system, and she really tries to be the best person for the job, but learns that it's not easy to run. The other one, Duck for President, this is a familiar title and kind of an old favorite by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. And Duck has decided that working for Farmer Brown is no fun, so he decides to create an election at the farm to see who really should be in charge. Of course, he wins, but he understands also, he realizes that being in charge isn't that much fun either. He also has a lot of work to do, so he goes higher and higher up in office, eventually leading to a presidential bid. Could be a really fun intro to elections and even some voting issues. If you're looking for more of a chapter book approach, some chapter books that you can either try as a read aloud or can suggest to kids. One series we have is the Liberty Porter First Daughter series, and by Julia DeVillers, and this actually takes us through the story of Liberty, who as a 9-year-old finds herself in the role of first daughter. And in the first book, we see her in the house for the first time in her first day exploring the White House. In other books, we see how she deals with her responsibilities as first daughter, as well as a new school as first daughter. The other one, hey, let's look at the Black Lagoon series by Mike Thaler. There's one titled The Class Election from the Black Lagoon, and Hubie decides he's running for president, but he's not sure he can win, especially when his opponent has bought the whole class ice cream. So now we go more towards really either information or really focused on election issues. Here's If I Ran for President by Catherine Steyer and Lynn Averill. And in this story, we hear from, in this nonfiction text, actually, we hear from several kids who imagine what it would be like to be president. They offer up some of the really great things that they would love to be able to have, but also some of the hard things that a president would have to do, some of the work that they'd have to do. This could be a great jumping off point for you about the role of the president. I was also thinking about books that talk about historical issues or groups that at some point have not had the right to vote. This is I Could Do That. Esther Morris Gets Women the Vote by Linda Arms White. Pictures by Nancy Carpenter. This shares the story of Esther Morris, who in 1869 helped Wyoming become the first state to let women vote. And this woman actually ends up being one of the first women to hold public office. This could be a nice jumping in point about the suffrage movement, as well as talking about that right of voting. The last one I want to share with you is one of the newer ones and maybe one of my favorite, called Lillian's Right to Vote by Jonah Winter and Shane Evans. In this story, we see Lillian in 1965 climb up the hill to the courthouse for her first official vote as a black woman. And as she is climbing the hill to the courthouse, we see her think about her great-great-grandparents, who at that very courthouse were sold as slaves. We see her think about the fight that she and others had made to get her vote, and the other important people across the country that have fought for her right to vote. Lillian's Right to Vote. a great opportunity to bring up some important election and voting issues. Okay, so there you have it. I stayed almost within my time limit. I will put these books and others in the library display this week, so that if you have a chance, and if you're looking for a quick read aloud or for a way to be able to bring up elections in your classroom, they will be there for you. I also am sending out with this very video some links to some online resources as well that you might check out. Have a great week, and let me know if you have anything else that you are looking for. We'd love to help. Thanks.